All right. So today we have something beautiful setting up. We have this 15-minute gap retracement right here. Have this 15-minute gap that we have. So the idea is to see price from here, push up to this gap, and then return back down to these equal lows, resting right here. And then some of this low resistance liquidity. We already swept this out, but we still have this, and along with these equal lows. So that's the idea behind today. So any rejection basically that we see out of this area, because all of these are valid fair value gaps, we're basically just waiting for any sort of V shape out of that. ES looks good to continue to give us a push to this area up there. Looks like we're definitely going to get SMT off of these highs as well, which is nice. Would love to see ES respect this 15-minute gap and then drive us lower. So that's the plan for the day. Market opens in 1 second. We also have data highs up here somewhere, 8:30 data highs, but we might just go ahead and take out these equal lows. Yeah. Okay. Well, it seems like we're gonna go ahead and take out those equal lows right there. But we do have data high resting right here. So maybe we could use that as a good draw as well. I'd really love to see price push up here. But and we also have we also have all these stacked highs on the 1 minute as well. So luckily after we take out these lows, there's nowhere for us to really draw towards in the market, which is unfortunate because if we take out these lows, then there's no more, really great setups here. So we do have this 30-minute gap down here that I'm not super interested in. Definitely want to take this up here, but we're just gonna wait for a light bulb moment, see if there's anything good that presents itself. Hopefully we can see ES start to run up here hard. ES does have this hourly right there. NQ's at all-time high, so we don't have anything there. But just look at all these stacked lows right up there. That just begging to be taken out, but we're definitely going to draw towards those equal lows. But either way, I'll come back to you guys whenever we find something. Okay, well, we have a data wick up here. We have a data wick. We have a 3-minute. Have an insane V shape here. Data wick, insane V shape. So we're definitely going to be buying here. Going one contract. I think 2 contracts here should be good. Two cons here should be good. We have SMT at these lows right here. V-shape reversal. Data wick above. Pretty solid. So about those equal lows. Have some LR resting above as well. SMT. ES looks super solid to the upside. I'm gonna be looking to go break even after we take out these highs. We're definitely gonna go break even. We're gonna buy, so we need to sell back. Definitely going break even. Yeah, I'm sure there's a 30-second there somewhere, but I think if we can make our way up to that data wick, then we should be very good to continue higher, because overall draw for ES and NQ on the bullish side of things, ES's draws up here, one of these two highs up here, so I wouldn't expect us to stop right at that data wick. So, and I posted on Twitter saying that we're gonna start, like, we upped our position size one contract, and then we also upped our position size one contract, and then we also just turned off our money. So we don't know how much we're up, and we're not gonna know how much we're up until the week's over. We're just gonna focus on our trading and stuff like that. So right now for ES, we just stalled right after we took out this 15-minute high. I completely stalled. Left relative equal highs above. And for NQ, we're not having any movement in our favor at all. So we're just gonna have to eat this L. Honestly, pretty surprised it didn't work out. Honestly. But, I guess I'm starting to notice a pattern that every time we have like too much V-shape, for some reason we end up inversing the entire candle, like fill the whole candle, which is odd. The only thing about this trade is it's like a A minus. Like, with the volume that we had is great, but we definitely weren't delivering off of any higher time frame gap. But there was no higher time frame gap to deliver off of, so this is just straight volume that we entered off, along with the SMT, along with a good draw above as well. So I love this recovery though from ES. ES is literally just going to be the deciding factor here because it's the leader. So we need to see ES just continue higher. Excuse me. Man, Dodgy just bought his freaking parents a C8 Corvette. One day, man. I'm literally like, me and my brother were talking about it the other day. And I was like, where do you see yourself in 10 years? He was like, man, I imagine both of us are going to have, millions of dollars. He was basically just talking about money, right? I'm like, You know, he's like, what about you? I'm like, you know, never once thought about the money. Never once, because I know for a 100% fact that it's not going to be an issue. I know that the money's going to come regardless. I was more so talking about, where do you see yourself in 10 years, family-wise, doing all these other things, family-wise, car-wise, house-wise, where do you see yourself living? Bro, because the things that I'm going to get in my life, you know, money can't compare to it, and I'm going to have a shit ton of money as well. And it'll be from trading and from my other businesses that I create from trading. But yeah, it's gonna work out. But either way, back to this trade to making money. We're starting to get some crazy SMT out of here. A lot of this discretional trading things that I've seen, not that I've seen, but me just being discretional. We do have this data wick above ES though. We're gonna have to. We can't allow this to go back to break even, really, to see this type of movement on ES. Like, we almost can't allow it. We took out these highs. We want to see a continuation through these highs. We don't want to see NQ come back down here, especially with ES looking like this. This is just really bad. This is really bad. Yeah, unfortunately, I think we might have to take break it. Oh, yeah, dude. Give me into this. Yeah, okay. That's really bad. I'm probably going to be done for the day. What a terrible trade. What a terrible trade. ES is just really terrible. NQ's terrible. Everything was just terrible. Gosh, that was terrible. But, you know, that's what I mean by discretional trading was, you know, you take a position like this, you can't, like, be oblivious to what the hell's going on the charts now. Maybe we work out. Maybe we continue higher. Maybe we don't. I don't know, but this price action looks really bad. I feel like there is no reason for me to hold on to something that looks this terrible. Overall, ES doesn't even have any more, you know, close draws to go to other than these highs right here. So, I mean, shit. Just really bad. I don't even love the trade, dog. This is just terrible. Right now, what I'm thinking is like, we're inside a 5-minute gap. Okay. Right now, what I'm thinking is like, was I just being scared? But like, dude, this trade just looks so bad. Like, and technically as well, like, we're still inside of this 5-minute gap. So, we're just gonna wait around for us to hit TP. Am I a bad trader? I think I might be a bad trader. Well, okay. Well, that trade is definitely gonna hit. That trade is definitely gonna go on to hit. Yeah. Okay, so this trade is going to go hit TP. And there's nothing we can do about it. We're wanting to draw towards these data highs. And draw towards the data highs is what we did. And I'm going to go on the internet after this, and then I'm going to see everybody took this exact same trade. And they're going to be like, you're a donut if you didn't catch it. And I caught it. I'm just a donut because I closed. So now our stops would be at break even. I just hate it, like, when I get in a position, bro, and then it starts looking like how it was looking, bro. It just looks terrible. Makes me feel uneasy. And then makes me feel not confident in my position that I took anymore. But we hit the data high. Draw was correct. With this wick, it definitely is very clear that we're going to continue to run up there. It's very clear. Yeah. All right. So that just happened. It is confirmed. I am a bad trader. And I can't keep telling myself it's okay. You know what I'm saying? I can't keep telling myself it's alright. I can't do it. Now, something to note. We are rejecting off of this 15-minute pretty hard. I already took out all the LRL below. Still have some unmitigated IRL that we would have to fill. I feel like either we're gonna revisit this LRL right here, or we're just gonna continue higher for the day. We're gonna wait and find out, and I'll come back to you guys when we do. So with the setup that we have now, we have all these stacked lows right next to each other. SMT at the highs, V-shape inverse coming out of this 15-minute gap, delivering out of this 15-minute gap. This is another beautiful setup. Look at the volume ES has right now. Beautiful. Nice, we did inverse. If we start breaking down here, wow. Imagine, dude. Holy crap. I mean, I'd rather this happen, I guess, than us, like, totally get disrespected. Like, imagine we freaking take the buy right here, like, right on the inverse, and then just one mega candle right back to the highs, and then we get stopped out. I'd be mad as fuck. Especially after the bullshit I just did, bro. Oh, yeah. I wouldn't be able to handle that, chat. No cap, no cap. Wouldn't be able to handle it. But either way, all we're waiting for is this inverse right here. This inverse, and then taking this down there. So that's what we're waiting for. ES ES's overall draws down there. I really like these. I like these more than the longs almost, but we also have the CISD up here as well. So hopefully we don't dump too much here. Just we might bid early though. All right. So I mean, what can you really do about this fucking fill right here? Waited for the closure. Got the closure. It's just really bad. But overall, like, we should definitely be good. Should just be good here to run down to these lows. Like, honestly, with the volume we have right now, what is this, 10 a.m.? Yeah. We shouldn't have any problem. That was a 10 a.m. candle, so we shouldn't have any problem getting down here. Yeah, that big guy. Adding tier 1. True. Why would I buy coins? Yeah, run out of block in the coins. Yeah, 200,000. That's on my head. $200,000 that's on my head. Jumping in, yeah, she a geeker. So overly, I wish I could play some music, bro. Like, help me calm down when I'm in my positions and I'm on tilt. Okay, so just to really talk about this last position, like I said, I make these videos for myself either way, so you guys are gonna have to listen to it. But you know, just a bad psychological trade, right? Psychologically, that was a really bad position. This is a really good trade. Like, these are two really great trades that I took overall. but psychologically, just really bad. I'm not disappointed in myself, but like definitely not my best work. Same thing I said yesterday, and I told myself yesterday it was okay. But like I said, you can't keep telling yourself, "Hey, it's all right, it's all right, it's all right." I can't keep telling myself that. Eventually, something's gonna have to change, because I'm looking to buy a car in the next like 2 months or so, and I want something nice. And if we're going to be able to afford something nice, we have to be able to take nice trades. We have to be able to take nice trades. Like overall, I have been able to capitalize on the market conditions being so great. For the most part, I have been able to capitalize, but technically we should be done trading right now. Like I said, we should be done trading, but this is not a bad setup by any means, right? Not a bad setup by any means, but we shouldn't be in this right now. You know what I'm saying? Like we should have been like, dang, we got our money for the day and we're done. We should have took it and ran with our last position, but no, we're still out here on the streets because we sold our ass. We sold our ass last trade, and we've been selling our ass. So, and like I said, the whole reason I decided to lock in on life, hitting the gym in the mornings, getting the diet right, you know what I'm saying, focus on like investing my money and stuff like that, is because of my life overall. I'm tired of not being able to say no to the things I don't want to do. I don't want to have bad psychological trades. I don't want to close my trades early. That's all a discipline thing. And I was tired of not being able to say no to the things I didn't want. I remember I'd go to the grocery store. I'm there for healthy foods, for whole foods to feed me throughout the week. And I'd see my favorite snack, and then I would be like, oh, dang it. And then I'd buy my snack, and I'd go home, and I eat it, and I feel like crap. And I'm like, why can't I tell myself no? Why couldn't I tell myself no? Why can't I say no to the things I don't want? So, and then overall, people in my life pulling me every which way because I feel like I must help everybody. And I try to help everybody, but in turn, I give away my time. I give away my time freedom. I give away all of my time. All of it was gone. I don't even have an hour to myself throughout the day to do something that CG wants to do. So I got very extremely upset and tired about that as well. So now we're in this position of I can't tell anything. I can't tell myself no. I can't tell anybody in my life no. And it kind of sent me off a cliff, which made me want to lock in on this. Like I've always loved trading, so this is always going to be something I want to do. But like we have to be able to just some things, man. Just something's got to give, right? I'm not upset with me even being in this trade, but definitely we shouldn't be in this trade. We should have been done for the day. We shouldn't have had to worry about anything, right? Now, honestly, if you were to ask me, hey, why isn't this trade delivering down to this LRL? I would tell you, I don't know. But overall, I'm looking at ES. ES is not really a trend line trader, but like, God, bro, ES is really holding this fucking trend right here. Like, ES is really holding this trend. Doesn't really look like it wants to break it. This was the LRL I was targeting prior to our entry. So, but ES just wants to hold this trend all day. If we end up inversing this gap, which it looks like we 100% are, we're just going to be done here. So, this is the little gap that if we inverse, then we'll be done. I mean, I could just close it now. It's like, all right, still alive. Oh, now we got to get through this guy, but either way, not too down, not too bad. If we can inverse this 1 minute gap, then we should be good. But yeah, not setting a hard stop on this one saved us, honestly. So far, saved us, but so we inverse this 1 minute gap, had an immediate rejection back to the downside. Thing is we just really have to. Man, it's not happening. It's not gonna happen, fellas. Alright, we ended up bottom ticking that there. Ended up bottom ticking, so. Alright, what a bad day. What a bad trading day. I'm gonna go do some analysis. We should be up like 350 on the day, but we're gonna do some analysis, lock in. As long as I know that, this isn't a strategy issue. Like, God, those are the worst, man. Those are genuinely the worst. This is a me problem. Okay? I want everybody to know that this is a me problem. Can't blame anybody else but myself. If I'm gonna be mad at myself, what's that gonna help? So we're gonna do some self-reflection, and I'll come back to y'all later.